Alright, what's up, people? It's Ryman. I think this is the first time I ever done a X-File walking. Usually I'm sitting in my room or something. But it is what it is. I'm out, it's nice, let's move, okay? Walk with me. Alright, now first and foremost, thank you for watching the videos of me talking about my life. It's kind of therapeutic, you know, to get it out of your system. So yeah, thanks. You know, you watch, you make comments. It is what it is. Cool. Now, these are called nEXt file. That's N-E-X-T. Next as in the next. The ones before, if you are familiar with this series, they're called X files. And it just so happens that X is in next, so I thought it was kind of clever playing words. But the X files were basically about my ex-girlfriends that I had, and the life and the issues and the situations that happened, and you know, it is what it is. And then yeah, it was fun. It was actually a way to sell CDs. I needed some kind of content, and I thought, well, why don't I just talk about my exes? And I happened to make it. But then people liked it, so I kept doing it. Now, some people are asking, why did you stop? Well, I guess the short story is because they're personal. Like, the ones I was talking about weren't so serious, or it was enough distance between me and the story that I can sit there and tell people about my shit, air out my laundry, if you may. But as we get closer, as I was getting closer to present day relationship, it was just off limits. It's none of your business. I don't make enough money on YouTube to do that. And if I did, well, I don't know. I really don't. Man, this man running like is he running? What's he doing? Like, anyway, all right. So as the X files became present day files, they started to become off limits, so I just stopped doing it. As far as RG stories, it's not happening. Or Mrs. RG, her name is, oh, if you know her name, you know her name. Otherwise, you know, whatever. So you're not gonna get those. And I think I said it before, but my last ex-girlfriend, for the past 3 years, when you haven't really seen me posting any videos and like, what is he doing? I was with my new girlfriend. I didn't want her on anywhere near you guys, because even today, look at the comments. Someone is asking me about my ex-girlfriend. You know how annoying that would be to my current. Why do they keep asking about this girlfriend? And there would be comparisons, and it would just be really messy, I thought. And I decided I'm just not going to deal with it. Period. And the funny thing was, I was trying to protect my ex from, you know, the silliness of YouTube. So I didn't post her on Facebook, and I didn't put her in my videos. And you know, if you're with someone, you want to be a part of whatever they're doing. And she's like, why don't you want me in your videos? And I try to explain it, and she's like, I mean, she doesn't do videos, so. And we argued about it, and it's like, damn, I'll try to help you out. It is what it is, right? So so those are the X files. Now, it's been about 2 months since I've been single, and you know, living in my little spider infested neighborhood, and I'm getting on with it. I'm going on some dates. I've been on some dates in between my other ex-girlfriends, and I thought, why don't I make a new series called nEXt? Kind of, oh, I dated this girl, didn't work out, next. Because it's, I don't know, the way I do things is weird, and I thought it'd be an interesting concept and just some fresh content for y'all to ingest. And that was the idea. So last week when I was, and that was a pilot, that's like testing the waters. I didn't like the response. I mean, I get it, and I was seriously gonna do something else, make a whole different type of video right now. But I actually ran into 2 people yesterday, or the other night. Shout out to, well, shout out, you know who you are. Shout out. And they were like, yeah, we saw your last video, and it sucks that happened. And it was then it kind of hit me, like, okay. You're not right. Well, some of you are. But the comments that came from that video, I can't really, for me, it isn't that important. I have been on many dates and I'll go on many more. I have never went on a date thinking that's the one. In fact, I'm not really a dater. That's why these would be funny, because usually I find a girl I like, we talk, we have super fights, we have super fun times, but not the date thing. I don't. So anyway, so I met these guys and they're just like, yeah, that's messed up. And in their eyes, I could see they were serious. Like they felt the pain that I didn't really have. I mean, yeah, it sucks. Maybe I should find me a nice quiet street, because I don't want you to miss any of the details of this story. All right, this street's quiet. Got another 7-Eleven. Oh, you missed it. The man was smiling at me, being all up in my video. You don't know me? All right. We're doing a legal thing here. Don't do this. Don't come out in Japan and run across the street. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna lead by example. But I don't know how I can cross. These cars keep coming. All right, maybe we could cut down somewhere. All right, we're good. Let's take it. Here we go. Bam. I'm gonna cut up like this. All right, rhyming. All right. But he's doing it too. I bet some of you were like, man, in Japan, you gotta be respectful of the law and all that shit. But you saw him with your own eyes. That man jaywalked. And it's Japan, so he was Japanese walking. All right, this road is quiet. All right, here we go. Now, as I mentioned, whoa, something just jumped on my face. As I mentioned in the video. Now, first of all, when I tell stories, they're long form. You get all the bits and the details, so you can form a semi-educated or hypothesis, a semi-educated guess. A lot of people don't tell stories like me. They basically, if someone else told this story, this is how it sounded. It'd go like, I went to the club, yo, with this hot model. She's like Playboy model, man, Playboy. I took her to the damn club, all right? We were dancing. Some guy stepped to her. Now, he might play this two ways. He might say, and then I punched him in his face. Just punched him, and I said, don't you step to my girl. That's one way he might play. Or he might say, man, everybody was looking at her all night, but she was with me. And then we went home and made love. We made love, yeah. And then people would give you he would get virtual high five. You're the man. Of course, it'd be somebody who'd hate. I don't think that really happened that way. But then a whole bunch of people, why wouldn't it? He's the man. And that's how people tell stories. I kid you not. Go listen to the stories they tell you. And if it's not dealing with girls, it'll be, man, I saw somebody, a kitten was in a tree. And no one knew how to save the kitten. So I climbed up the tree and I saved the kitten. And then the comments, you're such a nice guy. Or it might be super victim. I went to the club. I paid $5,000. I bought her a dress. I bought her a pumpkin. And we went to the club. And then she ran away from me. And this is after I engaged to her. Why? This is how they tell their story. And it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. People, you see how you responded to me. And I'm not even giving people. But I'm not really one for attention seeking. Look at me, I'm telling the story, but I want you to know the facts. So let me tell you the facts, all right? I met her 3 times. 3 times. We had 3 shoots. 2 in Shibuya, 1 in the studio. When we met, the first time we shook hands, it was the weirdest way of shaking hands. She shook the hands like it was, and then we went to a coffee shop and I bought her a coffee. I had me a hot dog. It wasn't that great, but I was hungry. All right, so I have the hot dog. She's drinking her coffee, and we're supposed to be talking about the shoot. So I'm showing her pictures. You know, this is what I do. You interested? And she's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, so let's go. So we start walking up the street. And every time I'm like, why don't you stand right here? Stand right here. She's giving me this look like, I don't like that spot. I'm like, what? I'm the photographer. You're the model. You stand right there. So I didn't say it like that. But maybe they're in love. Maybe they are. So all throughout this shoot, she's just being weird. And I was just kind of like, you're really weird. And I keep saying I'm weird. So when I think people are weird, it's like weird plus. But on the first shoot, we did have fun. She was just being really quirky. Like she was wearing like a long skirt, and she would she was doing like Marilyn Monroe poses where, you know, you could see her underwear and, you know, just being funny. And then it was a really good time. I enjoyed the shoot, and the pictures came out really nice. And technically, she's not even a model. She's just a girl with big eyes who models, you know? Oh, I forgot, she's Russian. I thought I mentioned that in the other video, but she's Russian, so she doesn't speak English. She's studying Japanese now. I was telling her, like, when we were talking about it would being crowded, konderu. Alright, someone post that down there. Crowded. Konderu. The train was crowded. Densha de konderu. So I know what I'm trying to say, and if I see it on test, I know what they're trying to say. But so maybe it was my fault, but I was saying this word to her, and she didn't know what I was saying. She used another word, so we had different sets of Japanese. Like we're not. Maybe she's level 3, I'm level 4. So, you know, it was an interesting shoot, and the pictures came out all right. So actually, I like this side better. So actually, I'm sorry, we just switching. All right, so then I sent her the pictures. She said they were nice. I said, do you want to do another shoot? And this shoot was a night shoot. So the theme was to play with different types of lighting, which brings me to the point when the guy was like, hey, I like this the best, damn. No, the guy didn't say that. I'm just saying I like this blue sky. All right, so the guy was like, hey, Ryman, do you think you could add more light to her next time so we could see her face? And I'm thinking, if I wanted you to see her face, I would have put the light on there. But yeah, so it was mostly just night pictures, playing with different lights, silhouettes, and different shit like that. I put the gels on the flashes so these came out really nice too. So then the third time, or at that, okay, so then the third time we had to shoot in the studio. I'm like, can we do a lingerie shoot? Because she has big eyes. And she was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's try. She said, I've never done it before. I don't know if she's lying, but whatever. She said she never done this kind of shoot before. She's not really a model. And we go to the studio, and she's still weird. She still shakes the hand like that, but it is what it is. I'm weird. If she would have gave me a hug, it would have been weird for her, because I'm not a hugging type of person. So she goes in the dressing room. She comes out, ta-da! I'm like, wow. And then we do our poses. She had this ugly jacket on, and I was like, you want to take that jacket? She's like, no, this is part of the outfit. I don't like it. But as I said before, she's kind of like that. So we do the shoot. Look at the doggies. Look at the dog. So we do the shoot, and you know, we're talking, and she said, I've never been to the club in Japan. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, I've never been to the club. Actually, we got to go back a little bit. Before that, so on the second shoot, I'm like, so you got a boyfriend? She's like, no, I don't got a boyfriend. I got some prospects. And I'm like, what do you mean by prospects? And then she's like, yeah, I got like 4 dates coming up. And I'm like, just giving her this look, and she's like, trying to pick the words that we both can find something we're both on. It's like, you know, I'm trying to get married. I wanna find some guy who can take care of me, blah 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 blah. And I wanted to say, well, I don't want to marry you, but I'll take care of you. But I didn't say that because I didn't think it was appropriate. Plus, with the language and all that shit, it wouldn't have came out the way I wanted it to sound. So I just left it at that. But that's her thing. So that was the first day. On the second day, she was late. No, the third day. So when we went to the club, when we went to the club, she was late. And I was like, I was looking at my watch like, you're late. And she's like, I just came from my date. And I'm like, you went to a date on a date? So it wasn't really a date. All right, so that's all of that. So then I like it. It's country out here. It looks nice. It looks nice. All right, so then where we are, we get to the club. Now I have a ticket for foreigners. It costs you 1,000 yen, and you get 2 drink tickets. So it's practically free. Every time you go to the club, they give you 1 or 2 tickets, and I think you could bring up to 6 foreigners with you, and then everyone pays 1,000 yen. So I paid 1,000 yen for her. I didn't buy out the bar for the woman. And you know, if you don't got a $10 to pay for someone, but anyway, that's me. That's not money to me. I bought my ex-girlfriend an iPad, brand new iPad, with a waterproof case. And Mariah Carey tickets. Add those numbers up in your head. Play with those numbers. That's money. And if that happened, then you could have all those comments, and I'll be right there with you. But for this, $10, man. Not even a thing. So we're in the club, and as I said before, she's really good at dancing. And I'm just like, damn, because in my mind, I don't picture Russian girls dancing, and she wasn't dressed in hip-hop style or anything. I mean, she mentioned she likes hip-hop, but I don't know what kind of hip-hop, but she was really dancing. And I mean, she didn't have no butt or anything, but she's doing her thing, and you know, people were watching her, and she was having a good time, just in her own little world. And then the rest of the story fits in there. Some guy came over and started talking to her, and you know, yeah. And then to clarify, she didn't leave me, I left them, because I don't want to be no damn third wheel. So I was just like, hey, I'm leaving, going home. And you know, in my mind, this is how I played it out, you know. If dude is gonna get it in, you know, he don't need extra. And if she needs, I don't want to be that third wheel. But that's me. 20 years ago, I was in my hometown with my boys, and one of my friends was driving a classic car, which was cool, but there was not enough space for all of us. And in particular, on this time, they were gonna have I forget what you call it, because I don't do it, but where you smoke weed in the car and you roll the windows up. So I don't smoke, and I don't want to be in the car with them. So it was like, all right, I'll just go home. And they all climbed into the car, and I walked away as they drove away, and it was really sad. Really sad. And it's like, fuck, if I smoked weed, then it wouldn't be a problem. But since I have such high morals and standards, I'm all alone. Life's not fair. And then I went home and I freestyled about that for like 4 hours. Actually, no, I didn't. I was on my way to go home and freestyle about that for 4 hours. But then I ran into a classmate, and she was like, hey man, what you doing? And I'm like, well, just looking sad. And she's like, why don't you come with us? And you know where they went? They went to a condom shop where you buy condoms and all that. It was crazy. And I don't know how much time's left, so let me finish up this story. We already hit 20 damn minutes. Damn. All right. So I left them so they can do what they need to do, because I would expect the same. if the situation was reversed, I wouldn't want no one hanging around me making me feel guilty about some shit, some untold shit. Just go, do your thing. So yeah, this whole video is me talking about that video, but that was the point. Now, if you like these type of videos, 169, hit them likes, man. Hit them likes like they be hitting a dab, like that. I don't know if I just did the bad dab, because I'm 35, man. I don't be doing no shit. But yeah, so 169, and that number will keep rising in relation to how popular the videos are. When I'm getting like 10 billion views, I expect like 175 likes. But yeah, like the video if you like it. Leave your comments. Please try to know that these are next files. That means I'm already on to the next. I got a date coming up next 2 days, which oh man, it'll be in a song. It'll definitely go into song format, because the circumstances around this is just crazy. It's fuel for the, in fact, all of these life experiences are basically fuel for that's how us artists come up with these topics. Neo couldn't write, had this calendar I had marked July 15th, if he never had a calendar marked July 15th. Maybe he switched the names so it would rhyme better, because if it was like, had this calendar I had marked January 1st, I mean, you gotta make it work, but I'm pretty sure he experienced it firsthand to give us, and I'm so sick of love songs. So these next files and my life in general, I take it and I turn it into these videos. If my life was perfect, you wouldn't get much from me, because I wouldn't be doing much. I'd be living my life doing it. So I guess be happy that these things work the way they work. Otherwise you wouldn't be getting it in the first place, you know? Alright, so this is a very long video. I do apologize, but don't fast forward this. Watch the whole shit, because I explain everything I need to say. And like the video, and we could keep these next videos going forever. Well, until I get married, then we gotta kind of cut those out, because my wife at that time will be like, you can't be doing those next videos when you're a husband. Alright, I'm out. Peace. Rhyming. Cheers.